Donald Trump and Steve Harvey both lost their fortunes. We're talking $1 billion for Donald Trump and millions of dollars for Steve Harvey. And they didn't just do it once, twice. They lost fortunes twice. But you know what the difference is? They're still rich. Sonia Gallion-Comanica here, SoniaGallion-Comanica.com, and the author of 10 Things I Wish I Knew as a Single Parent, where we talk about all things single parents. And I bet you're wondering how someone could be billions of dollars in debt and somebody else could be triple-digit millions in debt and still be rich today. Well, today we're going to go over how that is even possible and what the difference is between those who recover and still create that level of wealth again and those who do not. So pull up a chair, get your coffee, get your donut, get your muffin, your tea, and let's have a chat about how some people continue to be rich even after losing all of it. The number one reason they're still rich is because people know them. And when people know you, they're more likely to work with you. It doesn't mean they necessarily like you, but they know you. So you can lose billions of dollars. You can lose multi-millions of dollars, triple-digit millions, and still make a comeback because people will work with you. They'll work with you before they'll work with somebody who's never had those problems because they don't know them. So having relationships with people, building partnerships over years, decades, makes a tremendous difference when you want to come back. When you have a problem and you need to recover from it, whether it's from a divorce, whether it's from banks calling in loans, whatever the problem is, people are more likely to work with you because they know who you are, they know what you're capable of, and they recognize that sometimes mistakes happen and they want to come back and do business with you again. The other reason is people trust them, and they're going to trust them before they trust some random Joe Schmo because these people have been around for decades. So do not minimize the importance of your relationships with people, your relationships in recovery during a tough time. Right now, there is a tough economic situation going on, and the only way you're going to get through it is through your relationships, your partnership, your business arrangements, your reputation, which is what they both have. So both Donald Trump and Steve Harvey have reputations they've built in their industries and in their fields so that people know what to expect of them. So even if there's a problem, I bet you there are lenders that will even still work with them regardless of the situation because they are so well known and because they are so, I don't know, charismatic, I guess you could put it. So people know them is number one and people trust them is number two. Number three, in staying rich, why people stay rich after losing everything, is they have skills or they have unique skills that are great for the marketplace. Let me explain. So you don't necessarily have to be a comedian, you don't have to be a businessman, but you need to be able to take your skills and use those in the marketplace. And that causes people to trust you. They know you have a tremendous ability. They also know you have specialized training. Specialized training does not necessarily mean I went to law school or medical school. It means you understand your own craft so well that you can express it blindfolded, probably waking up in your sleep. You know what you're doing, you know what you have, you know what you're bringing to the table, and you are able to convey that to an audience. And when you think of an audience, it isn't just the United States. You need to be thinking internationally, globally. I need to be able to explain this, teach this, and show people who and what I am. I know there's some gurus out there who don't believe in debt, but I'm going to tell you, debt always brings greater wealth than not having it. Okay? In Donald Trump's case, he had a lot of debt through real estate loans and things of that nature. We're talking billions of dollars out. In Steve Harvey's case, maybe not so much. I think it was more of a tax issue in divorces. But the reality is debt always brings greater wealth. You will see people who have these kind of problems, but they also have, number three, unique skills. So it makes people come in and want to help them. So debt always brings greater wealth, or it brings somebody in who's willing to buy, participate, help you through that situation, private money, that sort of thing. So regardless of what some of the gurus are telling you, debt is always going to bring greater wealth. When you get in the game, even if you fail, it doesn't matter. It's always going to bring some greater opportunities to you. Number 5, they get back in the game. You know, for some people, they lose everything and they just throw their hands up in the air and they just give up. But you got to get back in the game. You got to get back out there. You have built relationships. They have built relationships for decades. There are people that know them internationally. There are people that they've probably never even done business with. There are a lot of stars right now going to Dubai, going to the United Arab Emirates, going to places that perhaps they have never done business before, and suddenly people want to work with you. So just because you have a problem here, it doesn't mean you just throw up your hands and give up. No, 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 no. There is somebody somewhere in the world who is looking for your unique talents. There is somebody somewhere who wants what you can bring to the table. And that is one thing that Donald Trump and Steve Harvey always bring to the table. They know their abilities, they know how to convey a message, and they know how to bring people on board. So you got to get back in the game because somebody wants to work with you. You know what they say, this is number 6, the first 1 million is the hardest million. Getting to that 1 million is always the hardest, but the reality is that might be true, but by the 100th million, $100 million, you got this down. So whether you lose it or not, your ability to remake it, to regain it is astronomical. Okay, so the first 1 million might be tough, but by the 100th billion, forget it. You know where to go, who's got the money, how to negotiate, how to do a deal. It doesn't matter what happens in that situation because somebody somewhere has got money and they're going to be able to work with you. Number 7, you have connections and relationships that supersede your financial situation. Those relationships and connections are what's going to bring you through a tough situation. And that's what happened with Donald Trump and Steve Harvey. They have so many connections, so many relationships, have proven themselves in so many ways through comedy, through business, whatever, that people are asking for them. People want their talent. Steve Harvey lost it, went to Family Feud, went to, I think it was Miss America. So there's opportunity everywhere. Donald Trump began building hotels in other areas, other parts of the world, even by the White House. So there's somebody somewhere who needs what you have. Those connections are priceless. They are greater than billions of dollars. Just having the right people in the right room, knowing enough billionaires, knowing enough millionaires will bring you from zero to hero, my friend. And I think the biggest thing for both of them, number 8, is they are so charismatic. You listen to them speak and you're just like drawn to what they have to say. You're kind of mesmerized a little bit, but they're extremely charismatic. Not only are they charismatic, they're not being manipulative. They know what they're talking about. They have a lot of experience and they have a lot to convey, a lot to teach people. They've been in various fields from radio to television. They know what they're talking about. So when you have that level of charisma, it actually draws people to you, makes them want to work with you. So whether you lose it all or not, you're going to get it back because there's people that want you. I remember when Steve Harvey was on television. I grew up watching him. And then obviously you had Donald Trump and The Apprentice, but they've been doing so many things in so many areas, so many fields with so many different types of people. The sky is the limit. So no matter what happens, you just keep moving, get going, and use your charisma in a good way, of course. And they have something which a lot of people don't understand in business, and that is number 9, likability. Do people want to even be around you? Are you someone worth being around, spending time with? There's some people that are really smart and they're complete a-holes, okay? There's some people not so smart and they're wonderful. And it's really up to you. You really have to decide, do I want to be around this person? The likability is greater than anything else I can teach you. Number 9, likability. And last but not least, number 10, people want to do business with them. Do you have people that want to do business with you? It doesn't matter what your problem is. They like